All right, Loops Well, you're live.
Can you hear me there?
Yes, sir.
All right. I just thought it's perfect timing for what I've been looking into today. Found some videos about love bombing and how it's the secret art of getting a girl to chase you. And that's bombing them with so much love and then just jacking it away and then just ignoring them. And I'm kind of in a predicament right now with this girl where I've been ignoring her. She kind of pissed me off a little bit. I let her into my world of music, and we've been sending stuff back and forth through Spotify. And then the one day I'm like, I'm done work. I'm like, it's a long day. Go throw something on the radio for me, or go put something on Spotify. And she goes, I'm busy. You go do it. You're not doing anything. And I just right there, I cut it off. I just stopped talking to her, ignored her for like 3 or 4 days. The next day she comes in and I see her and she's trying to, you can see how eager she is. She's trying to follow me around. She's trying to get my attention. She's trying to go above and beyond. And I basically keep ignoring her. And then today she says she's calling me grumpy. Every time I don't give her attention, she calls me grumpy. Okay, so she sends me a text, says I'm grumpy. And I said, maybe you're just not entertaining. And she said, well, maybe we both don't chase, so be it. And then I said, yeah, well, I'll leave that for the male nurses and the Instagram boys, because she said that her last boyfriend was a male nurse and he just wasn't cutting it for her. And the Instagram boys are always hitting her up and chasing her, and she hates that. So, and now she's kind of just giving me attitude, and I don't know, is the ignoring working, or is it just pissing her off and kind of making things, I'm not cool, I'm not calm, I'm kind of seeming like butthurt, and so that's kind of where I'm at with that one.
What's the most sexual thing you've ever said to her?
I've said she needs a spanking. You seem like you need a spanking. I've said a couple things, similar stuff like that, just subtle, not too super sexual, but I think it said something else.
What sort of a response did you get?
Well, why would I let you spank me?
Well, it looks like in this situation, it's just, I wouldn't ignore her as a tactic. People use no contact as a strategy to get somebody back, when in actuality, no contact should be a strategy to get over the person. Because, the direction that you guys are going in is not good at all at this point, because it's gone from at one point might have been positive and flirtatious, to where it got to a point where it's off balance. You guys are argumentative, like you try to be playful, it's not received well. You're both kind of annoyed by each other. In this situation, if I were you, just to get my sanity back, I would stop talking to her. And when she reaches out, that's what I would say. I'd be like, look, this just it's not working out. It's not going very well. The best thing to do here is to separate, because you spoke sexual to her. She rejected that. What's the sweetest thing you've ever said to her?
Well, she said that she has to change her name. She's going to change her name because it's just something I come off the top of my head. I say all kinds of things, but she said she's got to change her name in her town because she can't get a job because she has distant cousins that have bad reputation in the town. And then I said, you don't need to change your name. You're great just as you are. Something like that. And she's all, she liked that. But little things like that,
Yeah. So that's like, as we were saying last week and on the video, if you have 4 categories here, and you have creepy, friend zone, maybe boyfriend, Mr. Exciting over here. So creepy, friend zone, boyfriend, hot and exciting. The dynamic of your relationship is over here, somewhere between creepy and friend zone. So the behavior that you're doing is trying to be not creepy and work your way into the friend zone, hoping that from the friend zone, you can move into one of the other zones.
Yeah. But what I'm trying to do is like follow these red pill tactics of like ignoring a woman for her to chase you. And it seems like because you're high value and she needs to see your value. And sometimes it seems like she sees the value, but then tries to act like she has more value. And it creates like an ego battle where it's like, I'm thinking you don't have more value. You have to show me more value. You have to earn my attention. And but in the end, I don't really give a fuck. I just want that ass. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, I don't know. Should I continue to ignore and make things seem kind of like argumentative, which I don't think is working, or should she? Maybe she wants me to chase her, like she said. We both can't chase. I'm not going to chase you. Like she wants me to put in more of an effort.
What she wants you to do is either turn her on or leave. One of those two. And ignoring her is not turning her on. Arguing with her is not turning her on. Giving her friendly little friend zone compliments is not turning her on. And when you go into talking sexually, it wasn't turning her on.
Yeah. Well, she said, how come when you were fasting, you were so philosophical? And because I was showing her more attention, I was hanging out with her, I was talking to her more, I was being nice. And then she kind of pissed me off. And then I kind of just started like cold shouldering her. And then she said, oh, well, how come when you were fasting, you were so philosophical, but now you're just so rigid and grumpy? And it's like, well, maybe it's not I'm grumpy. Maybe you're just not entertaining me. Basically what I said.
Yeah. Well, so now your energy is just getting bad. It goes from your energy went from, I like this girl, I want to try to make things work. It wasn't working. So your energy went to, I'm going to play a game and ignore her to try to get her to like me. And now it's just went to, I'm bitter.
Yeah.
So it went from bad to worst. So
yeah.
When you've gone down that path, like it's just time to, as Mr. Lucario would say, charge her to the game. It's, it's just a better decision to move on. How many dates or how long have you known this girl?
A month.
A month. How many times have you guys went out?
0.
Oh boy. So have you ever asked her out?
Yeah, once, but it was super early and she bailed. She flaked. But I'm not giving up, LFA. I'm not giving up. I know you want me to, but there's still hope here.
Yeah.
I mean, if I have to, I could give 2 fucks, but
Yeah, I'm going to send a message in the private chat here for you. Hold on. Don't answer this on the air, but answer it in the private chat. Or
okay, private chat.
See it over there?
Yeah. No, I'm not kidding.
Okay. All right. Yeah, man. It sounds like I'm going to be, just to be totally honest with you, it sounds like she's playing a game with you and she's leading you on a little bit. Like she's keeping you on the hook and it's driving you crazy, but she has no plan on ever making this work. She knows she has a little bit of power over you. So she's exercising that power, but she's probably losing attraction to you every day based on your behaviors. So
Yeah, possibly. But when she comes in, it's like through the text game she plays like a girl, like plays super tough and resistant. And then in reality, you'll be following me around trying to get my attention when I'm not giving it to you, and trying to make an effort for me to pay you some form of attention. And it's just confusing.
Well, why are you letting that confuse you? It's only confusing you because she occupies so much of your mind that you're obsessing over it.
Yeah, maybe a bit.
So do you think it's a healthy idea to be obsessing over it?
Well, not really. I mean, I'm doing other things in the meantime. I've got a lot of shit going on. It's kind of, I say she's not entertaining, but it kind of is a little bit. The games, I don't know. Maybe it's different. Maybe it's new.
Yeah. And you guys work together.
Yes. Yes, sir.
And you can't just stop working together, right? That's something that's
I'll leave it to her. I'll leave her to quit.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to fire her or anything. I'm not that salty, you know?
Yeah. Man, I would, like, at this point, I don't know if it's salvageable, to be honest with you, because you asked her out once. How did you ask her out?
I asked her to come out with me to the mall. And she was down the day of. Yeah, she was down. I said, I got to do some shopping. You can come if you want. And she said, yeah. And then kind of fell through.
What were you guys going to do at the mall?
I just got a text from her right now.
What did she say? You want to call her?
No.
You should. Okay. No, I mean, if you call her, we can tell you what to say.
How does that work?
Well, it might not. I don't know.
I feel like I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna leave YouTube, and I don't do this a lot, so I'm gonna leave YouTube, and it's just gonna close everything.
Oh, okay. So you're just doing it. You're on your phone right now.
Yeah. I'm not on my PC, but
okay.
I'd love to, but I mean, I'm gonna keep you updated. You know, you're my guy. I'm gonna keep you updated on it. We'll see what goes down.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So I don't like putting your business out there, but I know we spoke before. But last time you weren't in this bad of a situation, and you were going to invite her. The two of you were going to go to like a Halloween thing, right?
Yeah. I mentioned it. I said, you like haunted houses, and she was like, no, I'm afraid of them. And then I kind of just left it at that.
Left it.
Yeah. Well, I thought maybe there'd be another opportunity to.
Here's the thing, that's like it's like asking a girl if she likes amusement parks, right? Everybody likes amusement parks, but if they don't want to hang out with you, they're going to say, no, I don't like amusement parks, because they're smart enough to know the next question is, do you want to go to an amusement park, or like, do you want to, like, you're going to invite them out, right?
Yeah.
So when they're giving you responses like, no, I don't like that, that's that's the equivalent to asking a girl if she likes to have sex and she says, no, I fucking hate it. Doesn't mean she hates sex. It means she just doesn't see you as somebody that she wants to have sex with. And that's the same thing if you ask a girl to go, or like if you bring up like a date idea and she just rejects it, that's basically her just saying she doesn't want to hang out with you. Look, in this situation, you should be ignoring her, but I don't want you to twist this up. You're not ignoring her as a tactic to make her like you. You're ignoring her because if you don't stop liking her, it's going to make this get weirder and weirder and weirder. So You might be an attractive guy. Like you might be high value. You might have a lot to offer her, and she might be very attracted to you if she got the best version of you.
Yeah.
But right now, she's getting a desperate, obsessive version of you. And you have to break free of that way of thinking. So you need no contact for yourself, not as a strategy to get her. Once you regain yourself, like once you're at a stage, and look where you're at right now, most people in the chat, most of us have been there before. You know, you've liked somebody that didn't really like you back and it fucking throws you off, or maybe you like somebody and they're playing games with you. It's a pain in the ass, right? But the difference between like a strong level-headed person and, you know, a crazy obsessive person is the strong level-headed person will say, fuck, I gotta get the fuck out of here as quick as possible. You know, you might block her on everything. You might just cold turkey, stay away from her as much as you possibly can. Talk to other girls, go out with your friends, go to the gym, do some things to regather yourself. And maybe 2 months from now, you are a more confident, more attractive version of yourself. And then you can conduct yourself differently around her. But right now you just can't do it. Right.
So is it just never, because is it just, no, it's not that I'm obsessed. It's that, I'm just trying to listen to some game, you know, I'm trying to follow some game.
Right.
And that's being ignorant, being standoffish, being kind of rude, being kind of masculine, not chasing. I don't think I'm being obsessive or creepy. I think it's more like I'm ignoring her too much to the point where.
Who's telling you to be indifferent and who's telling you all this stuff?
Well, just listen to the guy you were just watching. That's basically what he was saying. And then I was listening to FitX talk about the love bombing thing, where you show them all this love and then you just jack it away and you pull it away.
Yeah, that's creating a trauma bond. And if you're doing that on a woman that's psychologically healthy, like she's not fucked in her head, she's a normal chick.
Yeah,
she's going to view you as she's going to view it as corny, like, because she's going to see what you're trying to do. She's going to know that you're trying to play a game, and she's just going to take the idea that, okay, this guy likes me a lot. He likes me so much that he's playing these weird fucking games. So because I know he likes me, I'm going to keep him on the hook and I'm going to tease him and play little games with him, but I'm never going to actually give him any, because she can keep you right there, you know, and that's the shitty part. That's why the manosphere really gives bad advice in a lot of situations. And it's ironic that you called in during this video, because that video that we were watching, it was like, we were watching it and like everything he said was kind of like, some of it was halfway decent, but it was like 90% bullshit.
Yeah.
You don't want to follow those tactics. Again, like I was saying, I've never met a ladies' man. I've never met a player that ignores a woman's panties off, or that gives a woman a silent treatment to get her wet, you know, that neglects her to make her like him. No, he talks her panties off. You know, that's the difference between a guy that's good with women and a guy that's not good with women. So if you're in that category where you think ignoring women is the better move, then that means your communication skills are so weak that lack of communication is stronger than actual communication.
Yeah. So in the situation where I told her to go change the music, do you just communicate that? Do you just say, look, you kind of pissed me off by not listen to what I said? Like, you're not acting feminine. I like feminine women. You're acting like you're in charge, telling me to go change it? Or do you just shut up and just act cool and calm and forget about it?
You're her boss.
Yeah.
And you told her to, so if you're her boss and you tell her what to do, when you're at work, then she should do it, or you should like write her up or something.
Yeah. Well, it was more like work was over and it was more of a personal thing. But throughout the whole day, she was trying to do everything for me. I'm like, somebody go turn down the lights. I run out to the lights. She's there turning the lights down. It's like she heard me. Like she's trying to do things to impress. But then when I give her something, I throw her a bone, she doesn't take the bone. She ends up just throwing it back in my face.
Yeah. So what do you mean by throw her the bone?
Like I could see her making attempts to to do things at work to show that she's trying to go above and beyond. And then when I tell her go change the music because you know what type of music I like, I want to listen to something that I like. It's like, oh, you're not doing anything. It was kind of cheeky. I don't know if she was meaning it to be flirty and teasing, but it kind of just seemed masculine to me. It didn't seem like a feminine behavior. It didn't seem like go make me a fucking sandwich. It was like, you can't tell me what to do.
Yeah, it seems like you're over exaggerating this like drastically. So you're her boss. So you were telling her to do stuff all day and she was going above and beyond. That makes her a good employee.
Yeah.
And you asked her for something personal for her to change the song because you like a different type of music.
Yeah.
And the way you asked it, you know what kind of music I like. That's kind of so what happened is she has like like it's self-respect, you know, it's like a boundary where it's like I will work hard for you because you're my boss and I'll do what you tell me to do. But when you try to get personal to where it's like, hey, bitch, go change the song. You know what kind of music I like. Then it's like, and I know you didn't say bitch, but that's kind of, it might as well have.
Yeah.
So that's like, you know, you kind of made it personal. And she was like, no, okay, that's too much. Not doing it. So she was standing her ground, sort of. That's how she took it.
Yeah.
It wasn't like disrespectful. You know, it was like, okay, if I had if I'm in a relationship where me and my girlfriend are living together and she like let's say she has a habit of making dinner, like Monday through Friday, she makes dinner every night. And, you know, she puts the dishes in the dishwasher afterwards. And one night she's fucking tired, right? And she's made dinner and she didn't put the dishes in the dishwasher. And I'm like, go put the fucking dishes in the dishwasher. You know, I don't like it when they're stuck in the fucking sink. We're going to have a problem, right? Because it's like she did all this stuff and she always does all this stuff. But at this point, I'm just like getting like downright, like almost abusive, like disrespectful, you know? So now she's going to take it. She's going to get combative because it's disrespectful at that point to where it could have been playful. Like I could like, depending on what the relationship is, I could smack her on the ass and say, meet me in the bedroom after you put the dishes in the dishwasher. And then she might like laugh and be like, okay, but that would be the terms that we're on and the kind of night that we're having.
Yeah.
But that's a different dynamic to where it's, if I'm just like, hey, you know, I don't like it when the dishes are in the sink. Like pull my belt off, like I'm going to slap her with it. Like it would be, you know, it's just a weird situation. And that's kind of what you presented her with. Do you have like, show me an example, give me an example of when you guys are on good terms. Like you said earlier on in the day, she was going above and beyond. How is your communication going at this point?
Still just being kind of like just not really paying attention, not really looking at her, or not paying much mind.
So you were ignoring her.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like the last time she was there, I was ignoring her, and then she came over and she was just going above and beyond, trying to, oh, we need to have a cocktail party, we need to do this. I'm like, yeah, well, everything's good in theory, but it's all about execution, you know. These are all good ideas. And then she was kind of had like stuff on her face, so I just kind of like tried to wipe it off her face. She's like, oh no, get it, come on. Like she was like wanting me to touch her, engage with her. She was trying. She even tried to hug me that night. Like those are the good terms.
So you were getting stuff off of her face, and she enjoyed you touching her face.
Yeah.
Have you ever escalated things further than that?
The closest we got was like almost like just holding her close, basically.
Almost holding her close.
Almost kissing, but holding her close, but not quite. She helped me put on a suit one time and was doing up my collar for my suit and my tie and my buttons, and that's about as close as it's got. Or just late nights having a few drinks, just kind of just, you know, hanging out, sitting next to me, kind of nothing like too dramatic. No kissing, no rubbing, no humping.
Have you ever tried to kiss her?
Yes. And she turned. She said I was too drunk.
Sorry, I'm late on this. I'm late on the buttons there. My Roadcaster's in the drawer. Yeah, you know, I got to be totally honest with you. Like, this one is not salvageable. And does that mean that it's never going to be salvageable? No. But this round, you know, consider it a boxing match, right? If you're getting your ass whooped in the first round and, you know, you need to reevaluate your strategy here, you're better off kind of playing defense and running away for the rest of the round. And then you can go in the corner and, you know, you can come up with a new plan for the second round. But you're never going to be able to be in a position to come up with a new plan if you don't like have some no contact and get her out of your mind. You know what I mean? Because if you keep obsessing over this, you say you're not obsessing, but if I were to I'm not going to do this, but if I were to put a vote in the chat, is he obsessing? It would get a 100%. Like 78 people in the chat, it would get a 100%. Yes, he's obsessing. Guaranteed. I'm not going to put it there, but it would.
I'm just for sure, because I'm being open, right?
Yeah.
But to her, she might not think that. I'm very subtle and very reserved. I'm not chasing. I'm not texting every 2 minutes. I'm not texting in the morning. Hey, hon, how you doing? Good night. You know, I'm just keeping it very casual and trying to act like I got better things going on, and I'm too busy for her, basically.
How's that working?
It's not. I'm telling you, it worked more when I fucking tried harder and chased her more and followed her around like a fucking puppy dog. That's why I was calling in, because you were talking like the ignoring doesn't really work. And I was kind of thinking like, maybe it doesn't. Maybe this ignoring game has its time and sometimes it doesn't. And then being kind of a bit of a simp and chase, it works sometimes.
Yeah, well, the simp is an overplayed term. So in your situation right here, like I said, there are things you could do to fix this situation, but instead of playing games, ignoring, and, you know, whatever it is you have going on here, you would have to be the dynamic between the two of you would have to be you doing things that like get her excited and turn her on, you know, instead of doing things that, you know, throw the situation off. Like, 'cause you're doing a lot of confusing things, but there's very low chance that you can do that right now. Like if you were just in the friend zone, if you were just like a nice guy that she worked with and you're like, okay, I caught feelings for her, then we could say like, okay, here's what you need to do. You need to make a move. You need to, escalate things, maybe get a little sexual. But in this situation, you're just not in a space where you can do that. Like literally the only thing that you can do is no contact, get over her. And look, there have been most of the people in the chat have probably had an experience where they were infatuated with somebody. This person just did not see them the same way. And they went some time without seeing that person. They got over that person and they got their level-headedness back to them. And then the next time they run into that person, it's a different scenario because the person's like, hey, I thought this person really liked me a lot. They're like obsessed with me. What's going on? And now you actually have something to work with because you have your confidence back. You're back in control of yourself. They're no longer in control of your emotions. You're a stronger person, but you're never going to get there if you just keep seeing her every day because you're going to overanalyze everything. You're going to think everything she does is either a game or, when she comes and she says like, hey boss, is there anything you want me to do? You're going to think, okay, look, she's flirting with me. When in all actuality, she's just doing her job.
Possibly. I think I don't think that. I can tell. I'm very, I can pick up on subtle cues very well.
Give me an example of a subtle cue.
Wearing earrings. When I said, why don't you wear earrings? The next day she comes in wearing earrings.
Well, yeah. So if all the girls in the chat told me that I should wear a blue shirt, I would consider wearing a blue shirt because I would just assume that maybe it's a color that looks good on me. But that doesn't mean that like they wouldn't all think that we're like together because I put on the blue shirt.
No, but there's tons of little things. Maybe not one thing, but when you see multiple things happen, especially in the same day, and it's only happening when you're not showing them any piece of or not showing them any attention, that's when they do it. Like they're trying to get your attention. Like, look at me, look at my hair down, look at what I'm wearing, stuff like that.
Yeah, but I mean, is that directed towards you specifically, or does she do that? Like there's a lot of people in the room and she kind of wants to express her femininity, her sexuality. She wants to be attractive. So she's trying to do things to get attention.
It's for me directly, 100%.
How are you, what makes you sure that it's directed at you?
Because I'm the big boss and she wants it. That's why.
Hell yeah. I mean, okay. So
it's hard to explain. It's hard to explain over the internet, but I just know, man. I just know. It's not just someone with wishful thinking.
I hear you. Hang on just a second. We'll be back after a message from our sponsor, but we'll continue this conversation. You still have a minute?
Yeah, I'm about to hit the weights, but yeah, I can chat for another few minutes.
Okay. We'll be back after these messages.
Yesterday, my city was attacked by spamians from another galaxy. They weren't very nice aliens, which made me and Walt mad, so they were messing up the place. We prepared our new BKs for battle and went out to tell them to get the heck out of Dodge. They nearly jumped out of their purple skins when they saw us. Spamians scattered everywhere, but our BK diamond cells made us way speedier. We chased them back to their spaceships, and those spamians retreated like the spineless slime they are.
The new BKs at Foot Locker. This video is sponsored by your mom.
know why I'm here.
All right. Bring it on.
Magic Johnson's Super Slam Dunk Basketball for Super Nintendo. Now you can rent it at Blockbuster.
That's how you do it. That's how you do it.
Take him down, yo! Yeah, like taking candy from a baby.
What? 2 out of 3, little man.
For the best in video games, make it a Blockbuster night.
Are you ready?
All right. We're back. So let's go over a timetable here. I had to get a beer. Hold on. First, let's look at the chat and let's see what they have to say. Kraken Lacken says, Q, if he is a big boss, why you want to fuck a coworker? Conflict.
Why?
Yeah.
It's just hot, man.
Okay. Understandable.
I could give some thoughts about that.
Yeah,
Nice
no,
try.
I hear you. I'm not one of those guys that says, don't shit where you eat. But hey, if your game is shit, then don't shit where you eat. But if your game is solid, then you're just having dessert where you eat.
Yeah,
and it's all.
I mean, time will tell. Time will tell.
Yeah.
So it's new, right?
Okay, so you've known her for a month. And you said the closest that you've come to each other was you were close to each other. Sitting close to each other. In what way were you sitting close to each other? Let's go in chronological order here. So you've known her for 1 month. When was the first time you guys got close?
Oh, about a week in.
So
Week or 2 in.
Ago. So the first week you guys had a couple drinks and you got close.
Yeah.
When did you ask her on a date?
Before we got close.
Okay. And she claimed she wanted to go to the mall with you.
Yeah, and then the next day bailed, said that her dad was in town, blah, blah. Stuff like that.
Why did you want to take her to the mall?
Because I was just trying to make it like nonchalant, like not direct. Like, I got to go get fucking clothes and shoes. You want to come with, basically. Yeah, I wasn't quite confident enough to just throw it out there because I didn't know, if her little subtle flirts were legitimate. So I threw it out as kind of indirect. Well, I'm going anyways. You want to come along?
Well, of course, any woman's going to say no to that. They do want you to, like, when you ask a woman out on a date, she wants you to do it like in a proper way. Like, have the courage to make it legit.
Yeah.
You don't want it to be nonchalant. Like, you're not applying any pressure when you do that. And that's why I was saying, like, the Halloween thing. And I just said that because that's what's currently going on. So where I live, there is all weekend, if you go downtown to all the clubs and the bars, there's going to be costume parties. There's going to be haunted houses. There's going to be, events going on for Halloween. So if I were trying to, like, if I needed to ask a girl out, like if there was somebody that, I wanted to escalate things with, I would ask her if she likes something like that. And then, like, invite her out. Like, so it would be like, and the reason why I said the haunted house thing is because you said she's 21.
20. Yeah.
20. Yeah. So at the age of 20.
And I'm 30.
No, you're not. Your picture's not on the screen. Do you want to be?
No, I'm okay. It's all good.
Okay. Yeah. So she's 20. 20-year-old girls like to, have a couple drinks, maybe smoke a little pot, go to a haunted house, go have a couple drinks afterwards, have sex. Like dates with 20-year-old girls are super easy. Right. So that's why I said, ask her if she likes haunted houses. And if she wanted to go out with you, she would have said, yes, I love haunted house. And then you would have said, cool, I've been looking at a few of them. And then you would get back to her and be like, check this one out. We should go to this one. And she'd be like, hell yeah. And then you could go together. Right.
Yeah.
But she saw what was happening when you asked her if she liked haunted houses. So she said no to reject the idea before it even happened.
Possibly. Yeah.
Yeah. So at that point, it's over with. So women are smart enough. I know you think like it's something that like you think it's very complex. If I were to text any girl in my phone right now and ask them if they like costume parties, they know 100% the reason why I'm texting them that is because my next question or my next statement is going to be inviting them to come with me to one. Right. So
yeah,
their response would either be, yeah, why? Yeah, I love them. Why? Or they might even say something like, yeah, I love them, but I'm kind of busy this weekend. So they already know that I was about to ask them out. You know what I mean? So their response is 100%. They know what's happening here. So this girl knew what was happening there.
Possibly.
So she sort of rejected the idea. And in your mind, when she does that, you just say she's probably playing hard to get.
Well, yeah, I didn't outright ask. I was kind of hinting at, if she liked Halloween houses or whatever. It's not really something I do, but I was just trying to feel for it.
Yeah.
I mean, I said, what are you doing Halloween? She said, nothing. I'm working with you. I said, okay, so we're hanging out. She said, yeah, but that's what, Tuesday.
But you're not hanging out, you're working.
Well, I meant like I said afterwards, we're going to be hanging out, right? After work.
And what'd she say?
I said, yeah, I'll have a few drinks.
So you're just going to have drinks at work?
Yeah, at my bar.
What's the plan there? So I'm going to be honest with you.
I don't know, just shoot the shit, I guess.
When I schedule something with somebody, like there's usually an end goal. So like, okay, Halloween weekend. If I ask a girl what she's doing on Friday night, in my mind, the reason why I'm doing it, I'm already thinking like, I want to go to, maybe I want to go out of town. Maybe I want to go to something that's going on in a different town. And I want to stay at a cabin with her. And I'm already like in my mind thinking about, where I'm going to take her, what the sex is going to be like, what the whole night's going to be like. In my mind, I'm already planning all of this stuff out. So there's never a time when I'm like, so what are you doing on Friday? Well, maybe we'll see each other. And then it's like, yeah, okay. And it's like, well, yeah, we'll have a drink or something.
Yeah.
It's like there's no flow going on here. There's no plan. So even when the two of you are sitting there after work and having a drink, there's no escalation going on at all there, right?
Yeah.
There's no let's go out to this club. It's Halloween weekend. Let's go to this costume party. Let's have some drinks. Let's invite some people. Let's stay at a cabin. Let's have a nice Friday trip, Saturday trip. Like, let's do something that's fun. Like, there's no escalating it at all to like make anything happen. It's just going to be the two of you sitting there having a couple drinks, you getting close, trying to kiss her, and her moving her head again.
Oh, well, maybe. I mean, I ain't gonna go for it again. I only asked once. So, I mean, that's why I'm trying to do these tactics to have her advance and her do some more chasing. You got to earn me. I've already made an effort and shown you initial validation to get my foot in the door, and now I'm pulling my fucking foot out.
Right. So the fact that the chat, hold on, she may button his collar, bro. Stop hating, LFA. Yeah. Carrie, I see you back in the chat, but right now we have to have dating advice callers call in. And I know you want to call in and have a word with this guy. Chat, type one in the chat if you want Carrie to lecture this guy for a second. Type 2 in the chat if you
I don't know if I could deal with that dude's fucking energy, bro. But your chat's super cool, man. I was reading some of the comments. The chat's super cool.
No, yeah, they're a chill group. I have
anybody on the LFA team.
Without a doubt, I've got the coolest chat in the universe. There's no question.
Yeah, definitely, bud.
Yeah. Does he really think? Okay, so Sarah says, does he really think his existence is enough? Bro needs some humbling. Yeah, you just. It's like the sheer presence of you isn't going to be enough to get her excited to make her want to do it. Like, you have to.
Well, I'm humble. I'm humble as shit, bro. I read my Bible every day, so I don't know what Raging Tomato is saying. I'm just on a new grind.
Well, no, so. all she's trying to say is, unless a woman is just immediately extremely attracted to you and extremely open to going out with you and all of that just right off the bat, you're going to have to influence her to go out with you. Like,
yeah, but I like to work a little bit, man. I don't like easy chicks.
Well, here's
it shows me that they're too easy and they're not feminine, and plus my phone's on 1%. So if I cut out here, it is what it is.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so she it's not that she's being difficult. It's not that she's like just being like a challenge. It's that you're losing the challenge. You know, because in every situation you could say it's a challenge. So if if I like a girl and I'm pursuing her and she's like pulling back, I could perceive that as a challenge. But in my mind, and this is what Sarah meant by humble yourself, in my mind, I would think, all right, if she were more turned on by me, then she would have said yes, or she wouldn't be playing this game, right? So, I mean, it happens to everybody. Like, we've all been rejected. We've all had people lead us on. We've all had people play hard to get. Like, it's just part of life. But the way you handle it is the big thing. So if she's playing a game with you and you decide like to go overboard and play like some weird red pill game back, then of course it's going to come off as corny. It's going to make you look super weak. It's going to make you look like you don't know what you're doing. But if it literally did not faze you, right? So number one, if you expressed interest in her and you asked her out and she was kind of hesitant and it just didn't faze you at all, that might be a turn on. Like, I'll give you an example. A couple years ago, I was seeing this girl and she was standing like 6 feet away from me. And this really fucking hot Venezuelan girl, she's like blonde hair, blue eyed Venezuelan girl, like had like Spanish genetics. She hands me her phone number, and I couldn't, like, I was like, shit, you know, like the girl I'm seeing is right over there. So I could never call her back. And this girl acted as if she never gave me her number. Like, it didn't phase her at all. It didn't bother her at all. And I just thought in my mind, like, she handled that rejection so well that it's like my respect for her and my attraction for her went up drastically. Oh, we lost the caller. Well, caller, come on back if you want to come on back. But, good stuff.